Hello YouTube, Moon Farms here. Been a while, sorry for the absence. Changed jobs, had a kid, life happens. But here we are with the 1420 International Combine. Y'all might remember that we've had this machine for several years. It's been a good machine. Turbo went out on it 3 seasons ago, and I ended up putting it back naturally aspirated. You can see there a little bit of crude exhaust plumbing, but it works. Still handles a 15-foot head just fine. Don't know how many other people run one of these machines, but the man that had it before us ran a 20-foot head on it with a turbo. Didn't go real fast, but he ran it. Anyway, we replaced this machine with a Case IH 1640. Reason being is up in here. Notice something missing. The rotor cage. 2 seasons ago, finishing up some beans, a piece of the rotor cage back here where it is bolted to the combine, but on the other side it came apart and sent that chunk of metal out through the straw chopper. Knocked off some blades there, broke the rotor cage that goes around it, and yeah, 1420, everybody said it's not enough machine anyway, and we needed a machine to finish beans, so we went and found a 1640, replaced a couple roller chains, and went to the field and finished cutting beans. Made the executive decision to go ahead and retire this one. So she is for sale, most of her anyway. Good feeder chain, pretty nice cab still. I would venture to say you could put the rotor cage back in it, remove your straw chopper or replace the blades, and it might even go back to the field and work. It's just not for us. So if somebody's got a 1420 they need some good parts for, this would be an excellent machine for that. The tube, lower part of the tube for the unloading auger was replaced just before we got the machine. This machine has been shed kept since we had it until about 3 months ago. We pulled it out because we needed the shed and didn't figure it was any need keeping a machine in a shed that we weren't going to run in the field anymore. But thankfully here in Virginia we've entered drought season and it has only been rained on a couple of times. So I'm still calling it shed kept. Lots of good sprockets, lots of good chain. Only thing I think out of this combine that'll fit our 1640 is these 3 augers here. One of those is new. I think we'll take those out and keep them. The transmission might fit our 1640. I haven't gotten a definitive answer on that from anyone yet, but from what I understand, a 40 is a 60 machine on a 20 running gear, not including the final drives, because they are 60 final drives on the 40. And I'm pretty sure that's the only thing running gear that'll fit in that 40 is that transmission right there, and it might not even fit. I don't know, but from what I hear they cost, we'll probably keep that, those augers. I'll probably pull my AC compressor off because that's only 2 seasons old, because we've got the 1586 that has the York style on it still, and that compressor will work in a changeover. Good sheet metal, good unloading auger. Tires we'll probably keep if we junk the machine, but if they need to stay on it to get it going, they can. The back tires are the same size as what's on a 140, so not sure how fast they'll go, but they'll probably be for sale with the machine. The engine is good. Like I said, it's non-turbo now, but it still does a good job, runs good. Exhaust manifold gaskets were replaced about 4 or 5 seasons ago. Probably due for an oil change. New alternator belts on it a couple seasons ago. Aspirator is actually even still hooked up. The belt for the separator was replaced a few years ago. There you can see the bottom piece of the unloading auger, bin augers, where it's new. Man told me that was a lot of work to put in. He doesn't want to do another one. So I will not be taking that out. If you want that piece, you need to buy the whole machine. The chain in the either the tailings or the clean grain is new. I'm not sure which. I can't remember. That belt is new. New bearing there. Like I said, radiator's good. Anybody needs a radiator for one? I guess that's all up here. Hoses, wires, just miscellaneous. Got one spinner, of course. Steering cylinder is a reman, used, but we may keep that because it will fit the 40, I believe, if we get rid of the machine and somebody just wants it for parts. Chopper is still intact, missing a few blades, went to vibrating really bad, but if I still got the piece of metal, I'll take a picture of it. You'll see why the blades are missing. Okay, so the tailings chain is new, minus the one little rat chew right there. This auger is new. Sprockets, new. Top and bottom on the tailings. Bottom is new on the clean. Top one may be new as well, I can't remember. But I know the tailings they are. This tire is not so great. But it does still run. A little cracked. Firestone, thick rubber. Probably still run 10 years. Jack shaft, drive belt, the tailings drive belt is new. Modified jack shaft bearing holder. Did that because the bearing went out, ate the shaft away. Shaft's hard to find and it's expensive, so I put in a spacer, moved the bearing out, still had plenty of room for the pulley. Worked great, been like that for several seasons. What else? A little patchwork on some stuff. But yeah, all in all, really good machine for parts. Possibly a good machine to fix to run. Just depends. This is a 1420 with working brakes. It has one brake pedal with a Dodge car master cylinder, and both brakes work off of the one pedal. You don't have steering brakes, but you got slow me down brakes anyway. Like I said, the feeder chain's still good. It was replaced by the previous owner. And several new belts on the machine, like I said. Step in the cab for a second. There's all their stuff I haven't finished cleaning out. There's the single brake pedal. Pretty good seat. Probably take my radio out. Put that in the new combine. Window cleaner and paper towels. That only happens one time each season. Keep my speakers, but there's some ideas for y'all. That's a funky hole. Put a block of wood in there and bolt a regular speaker up to it and you're good to go. I was just a bebopping along, listening to Christmas music while I was cutting beans. Air conditioner was blowing, good and cold. And kaplunk, kerplooey. 'Twas the night before Christmas. They'll still have the wrench for the rotor. If you plug it up, it's been used several times. See if the battery is cranked up enough to start it. Battery is weak, but I did crank it and drive it from under the shed to where it is sitting behind the shop now to get parted out or spare weld, whichever. I'd love to see somebody get this machine that could use some good parts, because there are a lot of good parts on it. These machines are hard to find used parts for, as some of y'all may know. I'm not an expert on rotors in these combines, but the cage is just so thin, we were told it just wasn't worth fixing. It broke it in several places. Here's a break. Chunks of metal going through them does that, worse than rocks. But yeah, so give it a think if you are interested on anything on the machine, and I will get an email address or some type of link in the description if there's anything that anybody needs, particularly for the machine. Preferably if you want to buy something that will make it immobile or will make it not move under its own power, I would probably have to say we need to negotiate the purchase of the whole machine, because once it can't move on its own and I can't move it out of my way and it becomes a hassle, then it's going to get scrapped. So if there's parts you need for 1420 or the whole machine, engine, radiator, axle, final drives, feeder, pulleys, sprockets, pumps, things like that, reach out to me. Like I said, it served its purpose. It was a good machine. Like I said, somebody might would fix it and put it back in the field. My idea was a self-propelled grain cart. Remove the rotor, remove all the feeder, put some bend extensions on it. You'll carry more weight because you won't be carrying around the head and the rotor and the feeder. And hey, an air-conditioned, self-propelled grain cart seemed like a good idea. Couldn't sell Daddy on it, because none of our fields are big enough to really need a grain cart, and it's hard enough for us to have enough time to farm as it is. Sometimes we certainly can't sacrifice somebody riding around back and forth across the field. It's usually me cutting and he's moving trucks or still working, hauling, whatever he's got to do. But there it is. Like I said, if you're interested, I will try to put some type of link in the description, either an email address or something or you can message on the channel or in the comment section if there's something you're looking for 1420, and maybe we can help you out. Certainly if it's something that you need off the machine that will not render it immobile or can't move under its own power, I'll be glad to part it out. Plenty of good parts still on this combine, and if it sits back here behind the shop too long, they will be in your next Ford pickup as recycled metal. Probably not, actually. They don't put anything good in new vehicles anymore. So, yep. Hit me up if you need anything. Thanks for watching. Sorry I've been gone so long, and you all have a blessed day.